The Forest of Mirrors, once in a quiet little village surrounded by a vast, peaceful forest, there lived a young man named Oliver. Oliver was kind and hardworking, but deep inside, he often felt unhappy. He had a habit that made his life heavy. He always compared himself with others. When he saw his friend Noah always getting the best grades in class, Oliver would sigh softly and whisper to himself, "I wish I were that smart." When he saw his neighbor Liam living in a big, beautiful house, he would look and say quietly, "I wish I had what he has." Even when he saw someone running fast, he would think, "Why can't I do that?" These thoughts slowly began to steal his joy. He couldn't focus on his work anymore. He couldn't study, and every night he wondered, "Why am I not as good as others?" One day, a wise old man came to the village. His name was Grandpa Theo. Everyone respected him for his kindness and gentle wisdom. Oliver approached him and said softly, "Grandpa, I work hard, but I always feel not good enough." Grandpa Theo smiled kindly and said, "Come to the forest tomorrow morning. I'll show you something." The next morning, as the mist lingered between the trees, Oliver walked quietly into the forest. Grandpa Theo was already there, waiting under a large ancient tree. "Look around," the old man said gently. "What do you see?" Oliver looked around and replied, "There are many trees, some tall, some small, some have fruit and some don't." Grandpa Theo smiled softly and said, "Now imagine if one tree compared itself to another. If the apple tree said, 'I wish I were tall like the pine,' or the pine said, 'I wish I had sweet fruits like the apple,' how would that sound?" Oliver laughed for the first time and said, "That would sound silly, Grandpa." "Exactly," Grandpa Theo said. "Yet people do the same thing every day." He looked up at the forest light filtering through the leaves and said slowly, "Every tree has its own beauty, just like people. The apple tree gives fruit. The pine tree gives shade. They are different, but both are important." Then Grandpa Theo led Oliver to a small pond nearby. Fish were swimming gracefully under the water, and in the sky, a bird was flying freely. "Now imagine," Grandpa Theo said, "if the fish said, 'I wish I could fly like that bird.'" Oliver smiled and shook his head. "That wouldn't be right. Fish are meant to swim." "Exactly," Grandpa Theo said, smiling. "So why? Do you want to live someone else's life? You have your own strengths, your own gifts. Maybe you just haven't seen them yet. Find what makes you unique and let it grow." Oliver stood silently as something changed inside him. His heart felt lighter, as if a burden had been lifted. From that day, he stopped comparing himself with anyone. He focused on his work and slowly grew stronger. Years passed, and through patience and effort, Oliver built his own business. He became an inspiration for the whole village. Whenever people asked, "How did you become so successful?" he would smile softly and say, "Never compare yourself with others. The sun and the moon don't shine at the same time, but both are important. Find your path, walk it your way, and that is where true peace lives."